Dear friends, as you may know or not know, I'm a blind PhD in psychology, and this video is aimed at people coming from smaller countries like mine, Bulgaria, and people coming from vulnerable backgrounds like mine. In our region, because of the communism and the work of our societies, or the lack of the work of our societies, there are lots of unuseful or harmful things which are still quite powerful to our days. For instance, education, for instance, transport, for instance, the understanding that a person with disability or a young person, or a young person with disability for that matter, can be someone who wants to be him or herself without any paths that you have to follow, without any prescriptions, and without any good things that you have to do in order to be a young person with disability, or a person with disability. Now I'm crossing the street, and this is possible because someone is guiding me currently. I can do my vlogs because I have a gimbal in my hand which is aiming my camera at my face, and thus I'm sure that I'm in the picture. And I'm saying all of those things because in the working society you need to have a lot of people in place, but a lot of technical skills, knowledge, and background in check. Because when we are talking about inclusion and about powerful people with different vulnerable backgrounds, we have to know that you can be as powerful as you can be. But in countries with lots of prejudice and with lots of undone things like ours, you have to have a good luck. You have to have decent parents to treat you as a person with disability. You need to have decent parents in order to treat you as a human when you're a child, because sadly, because of the lack of social skills and skills in terms of intelligence related to our feelings, in our societies often kids are treated as robots who have to obey. I'm saying who, not which, right? Which means that kids are humans, and kids with disabilities are humans, and all people, we are humans. Because when you don't have the parents or the caregivers in check, when they treat you as someone disabled, someone who cannot do things, someone who lacks abilities, someone who has to overcompensate for different stuff, your powerfulness might mean nothing, because you're going to be pushed in a society which agrees on the fact that yes, there is the medical model in which you are something which needs fixing. So when you are having your set of skills, interests, and possibilities, um, you need to address them. As everyone else, you need to figure out what is it that you want to do with those things. And in that comes the circle of friends. All the people around you are, of course, very important, but your friends and your um, closest people, let's frame it like that, because in friends, in family, in our quite dynamic time, we are including quite a different array of people. And generally, what I found for me, I'm currently 31, um, is that you have to choose from two types of people. The first type of people are the people who are organically with you. The second type of people are the people who are trying to be with you mechanically. What I mean by those is that generally the people who are, organically with you, they can joke with you. They can joke with you with anything regarding your disability, your age, your current status, your everything. The other people, they are just scared to do that. The other denomination and determination that you have to do between those two kinds of people is that, people who are organically with you are going to criticize you. And having a society which is not fully developed, which again thinks that, you need to fix yourself in order to be a correct person, um, those people are quite important, because the other type, the people who are trying to be with you mechanically, they are afraid to tell you when you do dumb things. And the people who are trying to be with you organically, well, those are the people who are telling you, man, you are doing stupid things, fix yourself. Take a second look at it, if you will. So yeah, in society like the Bulgarian and sadly a lot of other post-communist countries in Central and Eastern Europe, the situation is like this. I have friends over there with different disabilities. We talked quite a lot, and sadly, Bulgaria is not the only country where you need actually to have people who are actively telling you you are doing dumb stuff. And now you would say that, friends and those types of connections where, you have both people who tell you that you're not doing good and people who actually care, that they are important for all people. Yes, that's absolutely the simple truth. But there is one big but. And this is the accessibility. When you don't have disabilities, and when you are in countries like ours, where accessibility is rare and poorly done, because it's done for people with disabilities, not with people with disabilities, um, it's harder for us to reach out to different people, to to find jobs, to find friends, to find love, to find opportunities to do whatever we want to, because in order to do whatever, you need to go there, you need to be able to reach this thing. And when you don't have when you don't have accessibility, that is, it's hard to do it. You cannot reach the Mariana Trench via train, because there is no railway station down there. If it was, you could go with a train there, but there is no, so you cannot go. So this is the same. You don't have accessible places where to find easily new people when you're living in a country with poor accessibility, which was made in a tokenistic way. What I mean by a tokenistic way? Well, at my age, people are all having their first marriages and kids and stuff like this. All the ones who married early are starting to have their first or second divorces. A friend of mine recently got divorced, and he suggested that we should go to the bars and help me search for a girl, because currently I'm in a relationship which is preparatory for the one relationship, the one person with big O, the one and only for the rest of my life. But the way he phrased his invitation, that, look, do you want to check the bars? Because for you, it should be hard to find women. Um, it was terribly phrased, and actually, I have no idea how people with no disabilities imagine we are actually meeting different people, but it doesn't doesn't look like a, challenge from a reality TV where we are just thrown in a bar and you're just checking out how many bottles of beer we are going to spill or how many chairs we are going to trip over. No, it's not like this. It's like the setup of the mind that we need help with. It's the accessibility that we need to tackle, because when you go to a bar, generally it's loud music, which means that for people who are using their ears to hear what's around and to get by and to get information, blaring loud music in a place that you have to meet and impress someone, or build luckily a connection with someone, you cannot hear them. And it's the same as you walking down an alley in a dark night, and someone blasts you with their torch on the back of their phone. It's the same. Like it doesn't work. And on top of that, in countries like ours, the lack of social knowledge and social skills um, adds up. It's not only us who are not that capable in terms of social skills, it's all people. And when you have people who are generally thinking that people with disabilities need fixing, combined with poor social skills from all sides, from people with disabilities and people without disabilities, it's quite hard to find people, especially in terms of relationships, who are prepared to be with a blind person and to recognize a blind person as a meaningful partner. So no, the actual physical going to the bar and being inside the bar are not really the problems. The problems are the social contexts which are working in our heads in this region, and the way that generally all across the globe, that is, people with disabilities um, um, we we search for our way of being around in social places, because uh, there are loud sounds from everywhere, and for us, I described you what it is. For people who are wheelchair users, there are wild cracks and different surfaces and slippery surfaces all over the place. For people who are hard of hearing or who cannot hear, there are loads of things which are only, vaguely visual and very unfriendly to people with any type of hearing loss. So, what I mean by that is that, yes, we need to be more proactive and work for accessibility, but we have to have a lot of good luck. And good luck is something random, which means that the only tangible thing that we can really do is actually working, actually meeting people who are the ones who want to be organically with us. We don't need people who are scared to tell us you are doing stupid stuff, you are not doing good, you are not looking good. You need to reconsider that. We don't need these people. They might be very nice. They might say us the most magical things that we need currently at the moment, short term, but those are not the people that are worth our time, because we need to fix a lot of things. With that, thank you and subscribe.